guys, my name is Nurul Hirdobladiyah, and right now I wanna review about the article. And the article, the title is Judge block US attempt to ban download of Chinese app, and it was published by BBC News at 22 September 2020. And this article, it tells about a judge has blocked US government attempt to ban the Chinese messaging and payment app WeChat. The Trump administration has alleged threatens national security. It said the app could pass user data on the Chinese government, both WeChat and China. WeChat and China have strongly denied the claim. Tencent, the conglomerate that owns WeChat, has previously described the US as unfortunate. But this article has advantage and the deficiency. And the advantage is it use the language as easier. So they use daily conversation in this article, so we can get the point as well. And number two, the advantage is the writer gives the article pure with the fact that he got from the interviews and the source by the video and interviews. And three, the article is published on internet, so anyone can watch this article. And the last advantage is the article has source video about the news, so it will explain deeply about this article. But it has deficiency. There is no name of writer by BBC News in this article, so it will be better when mention the name of writer in this article. So just review article by me. See you. Assalamualaikum.
Hello guys, good morning. I'm Cynthia Nur Latifah, and in this time, I would like to review about the news. The title of that news is Why is San Francisco Airport turning off the loudspeaker? That news was written by Lilith Marcus and published by CNN Travel on 17th of September 2020. And the summary of that news is the COVID-19 pandemic has brought plenty of changes to airports, from sanitizing stations to mandatory mask wearing. But San Francisco Airport has decided that instead of adding something, it will take something away, specifically as noise. The new quiet airport plan aims to reduce noise throughout San Francisco Airport by 40%. Step 1 is making announcement about specific flight boarding or being delayed only at the relevant gate instead of the entire terminal. Based on the directors of airplanes said, the noise reducing had been in the work before the pandemic. This suggestion is made to make the passengers more flexible, more enjoyable, more relaxing, yes. However, the timing coincides with the 1st of September, reopening of San Francisco International Airport, which had been closed since 1st of April. Overall, reps for the airport say that more than 90 minutes of unnecessary announcements have been eliminated each day. Next on the list is reducing the noise made by automated features in the airport, like escalator and moving walkways. Another helpful tool for cutting down on sound is technology, specifically as smartphones. More airlines and airports are providing travel updates via application or text, thus reducing the need to make individual announcements or page passengers. Okay guys, my comment of that news is clear, yes, very clear, because that news is very informative. there is no question anymore about the announcement. So I think it's clear. Okay guys, thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Here, it's me, Fitriati Soliha. I am class D in the third semester of English Department IAIN Kediri. This time, I would like to present my analyzing news article that I have read on the internet this morning. This news article that I've read is about Indonesia halts export from seafood producer after COVID-19 test. This news article was published on 20 September 2020 at 3:36 p.m. It was published by CNA, and the writer actually in this news article I haven't found the writer, but I just found the source, that is Reuters AD. In news article talks about the Indonesia has suspended export seafood from Indonesian seafood company PT Indah Putri into China. Because PT Putri Indah's frozen seafood tested COVID-19, and the country's fisheries ministry said the suspension only apply for PT Putri Indah, so others still can do export as usual. And then he also said that the virus was detected on the outermost of packaging, is not on the fish. And then the China's General Administration of Customs said on Friday they stop accepting frozen seafood from Indonesia for 1 week, and it began on Friday. So that's the summary about the news article that I've read. I think this article, it is good news for us. It tells us that about our country's condition. For me, this article is good enough, but for the website, I don't think that it's good because so many advertisement on this site, so it's very disturb the readers. That's all for my presents. Thank you very much for your nice attention. I hope you can get the point from my presentation. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Iana Melani from Academic Reading D. I would like to review an article under the title A college student's viral tweet about the stress of online school shows how education is impacted by the coronavirus. This article based on BuzzFeed.news, written by Tanya Sin, posted on April 28, 2020. This article is about some viral tweet from college students and also some responding from teacher. This tweet contains about some expressing their frustration of online class during this pandemic. Tweets contents from college students is about their opinion and also some complaint of online class. There is a viral tweet from Kamari. She said, "These online classes are emotionally and mentally draining. I don't feel I'm learning. Nothing is sticking. I'm so unmotivated, and yet I know quitting isn't an option. I'm stuck and I'm sick of this." From Kamari's tweet, there are so many people retweet her tweet, and there are so many comments from her tweet like, "Taking class online is not easy, and also not every student's home is conducive to learning, and then study work at home needs more motivation." And also there is a responding from teacher. He tweet like this: "Really hard to feel like a good teacher in the last few weeks as we got back to learning with a lot of uncertainty. The things I did was ask all my students what question they had. Not do you have any question, and how they were feeling, response flooded in." This article, both of teacher and students are struggling with online class and during quarantine. Although sometimes they feel like unmotivated, but they not give up because quitting is an option. So the conclusion is, we must struggling with online class because of this pandemic. You are not allowed to studying on campus, and all we can do is just stay at home, struggling with online class, and do your best. That's all my review. I'm Yana Melani. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Firstly, let me introduce myself. My name is Firda Fitriana Dewi. You can call me Firda, and I'm from class D. In this video, I will explain a news article review, and the title of the article is Healthy Eating, the Beginner's Guide on How to Eat Healthy and Stick to It. This article is taken from jamesclear.com and it's accessed on 17th of September 2020. Okay, my explanation is divided into two parts. The first part is talking about the summary of the article, and the second part it's talking about my point of view about the article. Now, let's start with the first part, the summary of the article. Talking about healthy eating, it's something that everyone knows they should do, right? But few of us do as consistently as we would like. And in this article, it's talking about practical strategies on how to eat healthy, and also break down the science why we often fail to do so. This article contains 3 points. The first point, the science of healthy eating. It's talking about why we crave junk food, and also talking about how food scientists create cravings. And the second point of this article is how to make healthy eating easier. It has relationship with environment, because environment shape your habit, and your habits it also shape your eating. In this point, contains some sub-points like the importance of environment for healthy eating, and how to eat healthy without noticing, and also what should I eat, and 2 simple ways to eating healthy. And the last point of this article is how to stick to healthy eating. The important to stick a healthy eating is say no to temptation. Okay, you can change your eating habit with the first step is say no with temptation, and have a strong intention to start a healthy habit. And the second part of my explanation is my point of view about the article. In my opinion, this article is written well. Why do I say that? Because the language it used it also very communicative and easy to understand. And This article also contains a very complex and complete information about healthy food and some factors who give impact of healthy food. I think this article is easy to understand and a good article because anyone who have read this article will be understand about how to start healthy eating and also to stick to it. Okay, that's all for me. Thanks a lot for your nice attention. The last I say, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi everyone, my name is Sonia Putri. I'm from the class. Today I will start my presentation. The theme is article review. Okay, this article was based on the Very Well Family page. The title is Ways to Build Character in Children. The writer name is Kimberly L. Kate and EDLPC. The article was published on 4 September 2019. This article explained about how to build a good character in children. Advantages from this article is the discussion used the article is small but covers all important aspects. And for disadvantages, the feature of speech are difficult to understand. In some children's character building, schools are included in the curriculum. But building character for kids cannot just formed at school. The character of kids are influenced by a wide range of aspects. There are family, school, community, temperamental, individual experience, and choices of their own way. There are a few steps in building a children's character. First, empathy. When your children feel that you understand and care deeply, they will be motivated and imitate us in talking while engaging in conduct. Second, attitude. As parent and teacher, we must apply the consequences with justice and not dishonor, it providing understanding and opportunity to explain why his behavior is wrong. In correcting him, we must offer understanding and counsel that a child can readily understand. Third, a moral lesson. Relating the experience of parents or teacher, containing a moral message there, and responding to child's story of school, friend, and guiding him or her to act on decision and solve problem. Perhaps a review of this article will help guide our children in the future as a teacher and parent. Maybe enough from me. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Putri Vera Rivananda from Academic Reading D. So today I would like to share with you about how does cigarette affect the body. This article published by Medical News Today and written by Daniel Thurston. The first is lung damage. Smoking cigarette can affect lung health because a person breathes in not only a nicotine but also a variety of additional chemicals. Cigarettes are responsible for a substantial increase in the risk of developing lung cancer. This risk is 25 times greater for men and 25.7 greater for women. So the second is heart disease. Smoking cigarette can damage heart, blood vessels, and blood cells. The chemical enter in the cigarette can increase a person's risk of atherosclerosis, which is the buildup of plaque in the blood vessels. The buildup limits blood flow and can lead to dangerous blockages. The third is fertility problems. Smoking cigarette can damage a female's reproductive system and make it more difficult to get pregnant. This may be because tobacco and the other chemical in cigarette affect hormone levels. The next is risk of pregnancy complication. Smoking can increase the risk of ectopic pregnancy and reduce the baby's birth weight. The next is risk of type 2 diabetes. The CDC reports that people who smoke regularly have a 40% higher risk of type 2 diabetes than those who do not. Next is weakened immune system. Smoking cigarette can weaken a person's immune system, making them more susceptible to illness. Next is vision problems. Smoking cigarette can cause eye problem, including a greater risk of cataracts and age-related macular degeneration. The next is poor oral hygiene. Smoking tobacco can limit a person's ability to taste and smell things properly. It can also stain the teeth yellow or brown. Number 9 is unhealthy skin and hair. Smoking tobacco can affect a person's skin and hair. A person who smokes may experience prematurely aged, wrinkled skin. They also have a higher risk of skin cancer, especially on the lips. Smoking can cause the hair and skin to smell of tobacco. It can also contribute to hair loss and balding. So number 10 is risk of other cancers. In addition to the well-documented link with lung cancer, smoking cigarette can also contribute to other forms of cancer. So, smoking affects the respiratory system, the circulatory system, the productivity system, skin, the eyes, and it increases the risk of many different cancers. That's all from me. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Dani Pramitasari. You can call me Mita. In here, I will explain a little about the article review, the importance of using masks during the COVID-19 pandemic. Along with the increase in patients who have been confirmed positive for COVID-19, the government continues to urge and ask the Indonesian people to use masks. Both healthy and sick people. This addition is in line with spread of COVID-19. So it is important for all people to use them. Face masks. He explained that the general public can use masks made from cloth, while health workers are required to use surgical masks or N95 masks. The use of a cloth mask for no more than 4 hours. After that, the mask must be washed using soap and water. Make sure it is clean before being used again. Although it is not an ideal mask and it is not an ineffective surgical mask or N95 mask in preventing COVID-19, but cloth masks, if used properly, it is much better than not wearing a mask at all. The tips of masks vary with their function of cloth masks. For example, according to research, cloth masks are not as effective as N95 masks and surgical masks in research. Wording of the coronavirus. They are only able to ward off the virus by 70%, so they must be washed immediately after being used for a while. For horse with soap and warm water is better. Then the N95 masks and surgical masks are much more effective in filtering out bacterial dust and very small particles such as the coronavirus. But types of masks can also prevent our saliva from penetrating because it has a layer water repellent. That's all from me. Thank you very much for watching. See you and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.